Car Obsession is proudly supported by Carly and Draggy. Check out the video description to find out the latest discount codes. Hello guys and welcome back to Car Obsession. You join me in the MG HS PHEV I. I know, it is a very catchy name, isn't it? As you can tell by the title of this video, I am doing a review of the infotainment system. I've done a few reviews on infotainment systems and they normally go down quite well. So I thought, you know what, whilst I've got this car, I don't think I've ever done a review on the MG system, so let me do that. So of course that means firing the car up. I have been parked for a little bit of time, so we'll actually need to put the engine on. So as standard on the MG As standard on the MG HS PHEV, whether you go for the base model, the Excite, or the range-topping version, the exclusive, which is what I've got here, as standard, you get a 10.1-inch touchscreen along with a 12-inch digital instrument cluster. So I'll be going through the touchscreen, talking you through the features and whether this system is any good or not. Of course, you get DAB radio, Bluetooth and Android Auto, as well as Apple CarPlay. You get navigation as well. I will do a test on the navigation, but anyway, you don't want to see my face anymore, as pretty as it is. You want to see the touchscreen. So it's got quite a nice vivid display to it. It's quite clear. The same goes for the digital instrument cluster, which, to be honest, I thought was going to be a bit naff, a little bit of a cheap knockoff of an Audi virtual cockpit. But you know what? Credit where credit's due. It is a very good display. We'll just toggle through the display, so we'll zoom in. As you can see, that shows you how the power is being used. The battery is flat at the moment, so the car is running purely on engine power, well, engine, and of course the motor kicks in. So current journey, obviously blank. Gives you an idea of the MPG I've been getting this week, 27.5, which isn't particularly great, but I must admit I have been doing mostly short town journeys in this car, and not on EV mode, which of course will have an effect on fuel consumption. You've got the TPMS monitor, battery voltage, and your hybrid info. You can also toggle across, so you've got your adaptive cruise control there, which comes as standard. Any warnings, which there aren't any. Settings, and is there anything else? No, that's everything. So let's move things away from the display onto the touchscreen. Let's zoom out a bit. So this is your main home page, your landing page as it were, and as you can see, you've got DAB radio, navigation and your climate control. So you have dual zone climate control as standard, as well as heated front seats, and that also is true for the base model, the Excite. Now, to get to the heated seats, you have to go via here. As you can see, it is a little bit laggy, and then you've got driver's seat and the front passenger seat, and you can toggle about with the temperatures there, and you've got auto function, of course, and you have a few different ways in which you can use the climate control. All pretty straightforward. You do have shortcut buttons down here on the center console, so that's volume, of course. That will take you back to the main home page. That will take you to the car settings, which I will go through in a little bit more depth in a few moments. That's climate control, that's your heated rear screen, and that does the blower for the front screen, as you can hear in the background. Turn that off because it is quite noisy, of course. So let's go back to the home page. Of course, you've got your DAB radio, all quite self-explanatory. FM, that's very loud, whatever that is. Sounds like a Formula 1 car, it's broken. Turn it off for copyright. Let's just turn it down. So in regards to selecting stations, that's quite easy. You've got the buttons at the bottom. Well, actually that's just going through. Oh, there we go. And then you can, I believe, if you hit the little heart. Oh, sorry, my mistake. These are the radio stations that are already saved. That gives you the full list of other stations, so it is an easy system to navigate. I'll be honest with you, I haven't played with it much, so I'm kind of learning as I go, but I believe that's kind of the best way to do it, because if I can muddle my way through it, I'm sure you can as well. Let's go back to the home page, Navigation I'll come back to in a few moments. Of course, you've got your phone settings. My Bluetooth is turned off at the moment, so it won't connect, although you can see it has saved my S22 Ultra. Let's go back. Let's go into the car settings. I teased you on it a few moments ago. So you've got driving assistance, comfort and convenience, driving and maintenance, and factory setting. Within the driving assistance, you have a few tabs at the top. So you've got speed assist system, so you can turn off the speed information warning. You've got speed assist system, lane assist, which has been turned off, which is probably for the best because the roads around here are quite narrow. And it will be triggering the lane keep assist constantly, which would be a bit annoying. But as you can see, you've got departure assist, lane keeping, you've got an audible alert, and you can also change the sensitivity. So you can kind of fine tune how you want your safety systems to work. That is good. You've got your MG Pilot, which is a whole suite of safety systems, including blind spot monitoring, autonomous emergency braking, and so forth. So yeah, lots of safety systems. This car has got a 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating, which is bound to give you peace of mind. You've got forward collision system, and again, as you can see, you've got a few different options in there. So I'll just let you have a read of them. There's a little bit of a reflection, of course, and you've got rear driving assist as well. So yeah, blind spot detection. This has got rear cross traffic alert. I was talking about this in a different video. I wasn't too sure if it did. So yes, that confirms that. And you've got a door opening warning as well. So if I go to open the door, yeah, a little warning came up there. No audible warning, which surprises me. Under comfort and convenience, you can change the lighting. You've got follow me home, find my car, auto high beam, which I've turned off because I find it isn't the most intelligent in this car. And you've got the ambient lighting, of which you can change. You've got so many settings you can change for this. You can change colours, you can change how bright you want it to be. So it's still quite light. I know it's quite dreary, but you can't really. Well, you can kind of see the ambient lighting, so you can change the colours to suit your vibe and your mood. I like to have it on red because it's sporty and it matches the outside of the car. So, but I will just turn the brightness down so it's not quite as intense. Let's go back. Then you've got locking. That's quite self-explanatory. The air conditioning, and then you've got a few other features in there. Under driving and maintenance, you have stability. So if you want to turn off the traction control, there's no button. You actually have to do it via the touchscreen, which I do find a little bit surprising. And you've got a battery level control battery level according to driving behaviour. And factory setting, well, that's if you want to reset it, of course. So, anyway, that's that. Let's do a sat-nav test. Actually, no, before I do that, I want to show you the 360-degree camera. Look at that. That comes as standard, even on the base model, if I'm not mistaken. And you can have a wide view for the front, and exit out like so. A wide view for the, a wide view for the rear, like so. I love this feature, so you can see how close you're getting to the curb. So therefore, you've got much less chance of curbing your 18-inch alloys, which come as standard. So that's a really good touch. Well done, MG. And look at this. You can go all around the car. Look how snazzy that is. I love that. That's a really good feature. And to have this kind of tech in a car of this price point, this is a little over, well, the base model is a little over £31,000. I think, I think is staggering. Yeah, that's really, really good. Down here, you've got setup. That just takes you back to, well, that takes you through to the options for the touchscreen itself. Let's back out of that. You've got Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And you can turn the display off if you want to. Let's say you're driving at night and you don't want to have this distraction, you can just turn it off altogether. So, right, anything else to go through? No, let's do a navigation test. So I'm near Goodwood. I'm going to set it to the motor circuit, which, to be honest, is only around the corner, but I want to do a short test of the navigation. As you can see, it does take a bit of time to load up, so you do need to be patient. Right, yeah, whatever, get rid of that. Okay, so not the most modern display. It does look a little bit dated, but to be fair, I imagine a lot of you won't even use this anyway. You'll probably use Android Auto and use Google Maps, or use Apple CarPlay and use Apple Maps, or whatever it's called. I'm not an iPhone user. So let's go new route. Let's type the address in. So I want P018 PH. I'll admit, not quite as laggy as I was expecting, but it's not exactly super slick, is it? So it says search in progress, hasn't come up with anything. Right, so no matching results. Oh, that's why, because I'm an idiot. Picnic, problem in chair, not in computer. So I need to put the postcode in this one. It does help if you put the postcode where you meant to, Aaron. Oh, that is laggy, I must admit. 0 PH. Let's come up with no matching results, which is interesting, because that is the right postcode. So let's try it this way. Let's see how it works with an actual location. So let's type in Goodwood. Search in progress. It should give me a few different options. I don't want the race course because that's literally around the corner. Don't want the goal. There we go. Right, so let's go motor circuit. Set as destination. Looks like it's picked up as a swimming pool, which is a little bit interesting. Right, part of the route requires special permit. It shouldn't do, but okay. You do have route info. And you have alternatives. So you have fast, another fast one, or an easy route. More results. And you have short, green. That's quite good, actually. So if you want to have a journey that will be more fuel efficient, you can do that one. Or if you want the shortest route, which may not necessarily be the fastest route, you can do that. Let's just go with that one there. Select and start navigation. All right, let's put this camera down. I'm now back onto these cameras here. Yeah, it is a basic display. It's not going to win any awards for innovative design, but as long as it works well, that's all that matters. Now, if it were me, I'd be turning left here, but interestingly, it's telling me to turn right, so I'll go with it. Now, as you can hear, there's no speech, but it might be because I've got the radio turned down for copyright reasons.
After 400 yards,
there we go.
Turn right onto Eastern Hill.
So at the bottom, on the bottom left, tells you how long the journey is in regards to mileage, what time you're going to arrive, and how long the journey will take in regards to time. And top left, it gives you your next instruction and when you need to take it. So I need to turn right in 2 miles time. Also 1.9 miles time. It's just gone down. Now let's say, for example, you didn't want the voice and you want to turn that off. How easy is it to do so? So go to settings, it's bound to be in there. Sound. I'll just keep my eyes on the road. And in here,
after 300 yards, turn right towards Lavant.
So you can actually use this little slider. Oh, it's not very responsive, I must admit. Not handy when you're trying to drive. and I've now muted it, as hopefully you can see on that camera. So let's close it off. Let's go back again. And then let's say I want to have the voice back on.
Have a nice trip. Drive carefully.
So that's now back to setting 5, which is what it was on before.
After 400 yards, turn left at the roundabout, taking the first exit onto Clare Pit Lane.
It's
Turn left at the roundabout, taking the first exit.
It's Clay Pit Lane, but it goes Clear Pit Lane. I do love the pronunciation sometimes on sat navs. Great indication in your Volvo. I remember years ago, I think it was when I had a Renault Clio, which had an inbuilt sat nav, which was a TomTom, I think. I was driving to Hastings, and it couldn't pronounce Hastings properly. It kept going Hastings. Very weird.
150 yards, turn right towards Aerodrome, then
Aerodrome.
arrive at destination on the right. Take the next right towards Aerodrome.
Aerodrome.
Arrive at destination on the right.
There we go, and it got me here to the Goodwood Motor Circuit. Right, let's just pause here for a few moments.
You have reached your destination on the right.
Yes, thank you. So overall, to sum up the MG Infotainment, it does work relatively well. It does what you need to, but GR Yaris. Sorry, getting distracted. Yeah, the inbuilt system is okay, don't get me wrong. It has what you need and it does work well enough, but it is quite laggy, and although it's not quite as bad as I was expecting, I must admit it's been quite some time since I drove an MG, so I couldn't quite remember how well the system worked. Although it's not that bad, I would recommend you'd probably want to bypass it anyway with either Android Auto or of course Apple CarPlay. If you have found this video useful or helpful or enjoyable, then be sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you are subscribed, don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified every time I make a video. But until the next time guys, be sure to keep up the car obsession.